Famed defense attorney Arthur Aidala, always really entertaining, high-energy guy. Wonderful attorney. He's set to join us any second. I'm not sure if he's here just yet.
He's on his way in.
He's on his way in?
Yes,
okay.
He is.
All right. He's late. By the way, he wouldn't be late if he had a client in court.
Well, maybe...
just saying. Marty, he's my attorney. He's great.
He stopped off at Harvey Weinstein's house for a conference.
Maybe not Weinstein, but Bill de Blasio for sure. That's his buddy.
Well, Weinstein's his client.
Oh, you're right. Good point.
And Weinstein is in bad back pain. He's going to have back surgery.
Oh, no.
Yes.
No. Well, listen, until Artie gets here, we may as well go over the story that we covered at 6 a.m., and that is, of course, this shooting in Jersey City. Now, as far as we know, 6 dead, of course. 3 innocent civilians inside the JC Kosher supermarket in Jersey City. One police officer, a detective, was murdered at a cemetery not far away from the store. And then eventually these 2 animals were killed. In fact, Bernard Kerrick, the former New York City police commissioner, his son, a cop out of Newark, was one of the guys that killed these 2 perps, a member of the SWAT team. So we know 6 are dead. We have heard from Steve Fulop, who is the mayor of Jersey City. And he said flat out that this kosher store was, quote unquote, targeted. Now, when you say that, kosher store targeted, you have said at that point this is an anti-Semitic act. But yet we're not really getting that much information and clear-cut verbiage on who these guys were and what they really did set out to do, Bernie, are we?
No, we're not clear. The mayor also put out a tweet just recently, in the last hour. Mayor Fulop.
Please. Oh, not mayor, okay.
Of Jersey City, and he said, he talked about Jersey City is a thriving Jewish community, or we have a thriving Jewish community. I mean, he alluded a lot to the Jewish angle.
Yeah.
So he's leaning in the direction that it was a sort of a hate crime, if you will.
It is a large community. That Greenville section of Jersey City, there's about 100 Orthodox families that move there from Williamsburg, Brooklyn. A lot of the real Orthodox, real religious Jews migrating from Brooklyn to Jersey City. About 100 families right there, and they are very much on edge this morning.
Well, when you have a kosher deli on a street named Martin Luther King Jr. Drive, you know the neighborhood's changing.
Yeah, no, it is changing. There's no doubt about it. All right, here's Artie, Arthur Aidala, looking like $1 million.
That shows the diversity, though.
Jersey
it's
City?
nice to have a kosher deli on a Martin Luther King Boulevard.
Very good. You can't slip nothing past this attorney.
I mean,
you can't slip nothing past Artie.
It's horrible. I mean, this is so bad.
It's a terrible story.
The cop had 5 kids.
Yeah. 49 years old. He was a baby.
I've been listening to you guys all morning. And
by the way, this cop was also a member of the Ceasefire Club, or Force, whatever it is. He was one of the guys trying to take guns off the street.
Right. Yeah, I mean, you think about those 5 children, and you know, there's some great organizations out there now. The Tunnel to Towers guys, they'll get involved. The Silver Shield guys, they get involved financially to help those families. But those kids, that's it. That's it. Yeah. Daddy's gone.
Terrible.
Daddy's gone, and Daddy will never come back.
Horrific.
And you know, I've hung out with Bernie Kerrick's kid, who's he's a pip. He's a real warrior.
Big, strapping young man.
Yeah. I actually had dinner with him and his dad once. But
you're getting like Pat O'Brien. You name drop like...
No.
It's Bernie Kerrick.
He's getting like Sid Rosenberg.
He's Bernie Kerrick. It's the police commissioner. It's not like I'm telling you.
Was that the day before or after you dined with Mick Jagger? I forget.
I haven't done that yet. Listen to me. I'm dying to... Wait, I gotta tell you guys this because I know the word of the day and all of this stuff. Yeah. I went to the theater last night.
Divorce.
God forbid that. No, we don't want that word, bro. It's a word.
Talk about
and I went to go see the Broadway show Moulin Rouge, which is I'll tell you, you guys would love it because you know every song in it. You know, they just take a clip of all great tunes and put them all together, and that's their what would you call it?
The motif?
No, it's the
theme.
Not even the theme. It's the only music you hear. It's like a piece of the Rolling Stones, a piece of Katy Perry, a piece of Lady Gaga, a piece of Aha. I mean, from all genres. It's great. But here's the punchline, Bernie. You ready for this? I'm with a bunch of couples, a couple that you guys know very well.
Want to say their names too while you're on it?
You just turn on the radio at 77 at noon today, and you'll hear it. You'll hear his voice.
Curtis?
Yeah, and so we go to the men's room.
Right?
Now, it's the Al Hirschfeld Theater. I go to the men's room, and there's a little plaque outside the men's room, and I see something about gender neutral and this, that, but kind of goes in and on 8 minutes after intermission, this bathroom changes. But I was having a conversation with someone else. So I walk into the men's room, and I'm in a urinal. I'm doing my business, and I look to my left, and all of a sudden, all these women are coming into the men's room.
Wow.
And I'm like, I'm putting things away real quick. I'm like, what is going on? Am I in the wrong place? I can't. Yeah. I look to my right. I'm like, okay, these are all stand-up urinals. Obviously, I'm not in the wrong place. And that was the deal. After the first 8 minutes, it was men only. And then of the intermission. And then after 8 minutes, there's men and women in the same exact place. And it was... it was a little odd. And then,
did you feel woke or you feel very
I hate
enlightened?
that word, by the way. That word should die. It's just so
stupid.
Now I'm driving and listening to you guys, listening to the word of the day, thinking about my bathroom experience, and then I go on the New York Times app to be up to date on what's going on, the breaking news, and there's an editorial or opinion piece about how the 1964 version of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and this is what it says in the New York Times, is the queerest Christmas movie ever.
Yeah, that's an old story.
And it talks about all of the
gay stuff. There's gay stuff.
Jiminy Crickets.
And bullying,
I just want to have a, let's just...
I know, enough.
All
no mas.
we are saying
is shut the hell up.
Like, everyone should love everyone. Everyone should hug everyone. But we don't need to identify, hey, you know what? I'm that guy. I'm the lawyer. I really like women with big boobs. Oh, really? Oh, Sid, really? He's the guy who likes women with good butts. Oh,
that's
Jill,
true.
She likes guys who like to fart a lot at night. Like,
that's true.
Who cares what everybody wants to do behind closed doors? Let them do whatever they want to do, and
exactly.
That's it. Leave it alone.
And leave the bathrooms the way they were.
Right. Boys with the boys, girls with the girls.
Look, I for open disclosure, there was one time when my wife was pregnant and she couldn't wait and she had to run into the men's room.
That's different.
At a Broadway show, she had her eyes covered. I'm sorry. She's like, I gotta go.
But in this case, they had to wait until the men were done. I mean, what kind of sexism is that? Men first, ladies second.
Well, because they had the whole ladies' room. I don't know. See, when I didn't go is investigate and whether the ladies' room switched over to a gender-neutral bathroom. Because I could imagine my father watching my mother coming out of a ladies' room, and there's like 5 guys in there. He'd go nuts.
Yeah.
What are you, crazy?
My
That's my wife.
I can imagine me. My daughter Ava walks out. I see
I'll
start beating people up.
8, 9-year-old girl.
You got a lot of pent-up rage.
But you could do that. You could walk into a ladies' room right now and just say, I identify as a woman.
Absolutely.
And you're in there with a 9-year-old girl, and it's perfectly legal.
Think about it. When Sid Rosenberg was like 16, 17 years old, he would identify whatever to get into that ladies' room. Not to look at no 9-year-old girl, maybe a 19-year-old girl.
Well, right. That's right. Different story. Talking about that, your buddy Lawrence Taylor's in town tonight, right? For O.J. Anderson's roast.
Yeah. Have
you seen him?
I'm really going to make Bernie laugh.
Why?
I spoke to him yesterday. I'm going tonight to dinner at Gracie Mansion.
Here we go.
It's the Gracie Mansion Conservancy thing, so it's to pay money that the building, no matter who the mayor is, stays in good repair, and it's a shining star of New York City. But that's from 7 to 9. And then I said, Taylor, I'm going to come for you. Yeah, you should come on over, Arthur. It's going to be a good time. So I'll probably go. So I told Mary
I'll be there tonight. I'll see
Marianne said to me last night, she goes, what time are you going to be home? I was like, probably very late.
Very late.
She's like, the mayor's Christmas dinner's going to end late. I go, no, I'm going to see Lawrence Taylor after. She goes, so you're going to get drunk? I go, no, honey, I'm not going to get drunk. Lawrence is a good boy. I have court in the morning. Anytime I hang out with Lawrence,
well, I'm going to be there with you at the OJ event.
I'm going to try to bring.
I turned down Bill de Blasio.
I'm going to try to bring Geraldo with me because Geraldo, and Lawrence Taylor, bro. You want to talk about guys who get together and have fun?
Yeah, you're going to miss the court case tomorrow morning.
I don't have one.
I'm telling you
today. I have one. I'm leaving you guys to go visit Mr. Harvey Weinstein in court.
Well, listen, keep it right there. Then let's stay one more segment because you came a little late anyway.
Oh, Jill's going to let me do it.
Yeah, no, we want to talk to you. So you got the Harvey Weinstein stuff, and I thought I read something yesterday. Yes, an update on my favorite pizza place, a murder.
Yeah.
So keep it all right there.
We got it all.
Artie Aidala, the famed defense attorney. He's always great. Back with Bernie and Sid right after these short messages. Oh, Artie loves this band. Traveling Mulberries.
Wow. must have listened to this one in law school 100,000 times. Sid, I want to compliment you.
I think they're all dead, by the way. Every one of them.
The Maimonides hospital thing.
You have a hard time saying Maimonides.
Maimonides.
There you go.
My brother-in-law, Dr. Lawrence Haynes, is a big shot in the emergency room there.
Oh, wow.
But, and I got to be honest with you, the Brooklyn DA that followed Charles Hines, Ken Thompson, he did not go for the colon screening.
Oh, he's the late Ken.
He got diagnosed in April. He died in October or November. And I'm 52, and I should have gotten that done. And because of you guys, I'm going to make that appointment. Is that right?
Good. No, that's good.
No, I am.
We're the same age.
That appointment. And the fact that you're doing this stuff, the kids with cancer, all the BS we're talking about this morning, with the exception of what's going on in Jersey City.
Yeah.
But with the impeachment and with the gay rights and this and that, you go to that hospital and you see those kids, all of that is meaningless.
Oh, totally agree.
You know, your heart gets ripped out of your throat.
In fact, when I go next Wednesday, I think they did this on purpose. They're bringing me there right in the middle of their chemotherapy treatment. So these kids will have their IVs hooked up during chemotherapy. And you're right, it just completely, it just changes your perspective.
Puts everything back into perspective of what is really important. And it all comes down to one word: love. It all comes down to, if love could cure that cancer and we all focused our love on those kids, boy, what a beautiful world we'd live in.
No, you're absolutely right, Arthur. Arthur Aidala in the studio with Bernie and Sid. All heard everywhere in the 77 WABC app, so we kept you around, Arthur.
I appreciate it. Judge Jill let me...
Judge
Jill. Judge is going to have her own show, Judge Jill. And, before the break... we were talking about L&B Spumoni Gardens, and speaking about love, one of the owners, there's a lot of myths about that place, but it was basically two brothers who started it years ago, and they each had 3 kids, and the 6 kids were the ones who have run in, and now some of them have been dying off by natural causes, but one of them, Louis Barbati, whose nickname was Lulu, who was like a salt of the earth, happy-go-lucky. He was a pizza guy, right?
He was the guy there.
He was the daytime guy, and Lenny's the nighttime guy.
Right.
And Bernie, the guy calls his wife, all right, I'll be home in a little while. He lives 20 blocks from the restaurant to his house, from Bensonhurst basically to Dyker Heights. He's got 2 loaves of bread under his arms, typical Italian-American experience, 2 sons in the kitchen. His wife literally has the pasta in the water. He's coming home from work. He had gotten paid that day. He got a significant amount of cash.
10 grand. I think.
He's walking in the house, and out of nowhere, boom, 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 and he gets shot. Right. And he stumbles into the house.
Sitting in the backyard, and the guy
he was walking into the backyard.
Right.
Boy, when the deceased wife testified about that whole experience, and then they played the 911 tape of them screaming into the phone, the judge was basically covering his face. There was not a dry eye in the house. And sure enough, our friend here on the noontime show, it's organized crime, it's the Gambinos.
A lot of people still believe that's true.
Okay.
A lot of people still believe that's true.
The FBI Organized Crime Task Force, who are the experts in the field, and I represented L&B, I allowed them to go everywhere, in the owners' homes, in their basement, in every place they wanted to in the restaurant. I brought in, 15 witnesses of the family. They went over everything. There's no organized crime. There's no girlfriend. There's no money owed on the streets. There's no gambling. He would go to Aqueduct or Belmont every Wednesday and spend $200. The guy had plenty of money. So they finally find a videotape using everyone's Nest cameras and Ring cameras of a guy who is earlier in the day outside of L&B Spumoni Gardens, and then that day, you don't see him actually pulling the trigger, but you see him reaching down, you see him casing the house, the front of the house, walking back and forth. Then you see him reaching down for something by his ankle, but you can't see clearly what it is. And then you see him walking swiftly back to his car. And he was convicted in 3 hours.
But the motive is a simple robbery.
Yeah, but he didn't take the cash.
No.
He left the $10,000 there. How is it a robbery?
The opening statement and the closing statement by the prosecutor was, we don't know the motive, and we don't have to prove to you the motive. Now, my hope is
the guy got $10,000 right there with the dead body. Who does that if he doesn't want to kill somebody for a reason?
Right, but he didn't take $1. He didn't take $1.
Well, that's the point.
You could argue it got botched, and the family ran out of the house, and he panicked. My hope is that maybe now that this judge will sentence him to 25 to life. He's 44 years old.
He was convicted.
In 3 hours.
Right.
He was convicted the day before yesterday.
Okay.
And maybe now he'll come in and say, all right, so-and-so paid me because he didn't like something that Louis Barbarotti did, or because it is frustrating for all of us that there's no motive unless the guy just has a screw loose, like the guy from Staten Island who killed the head of the Gambino crime family, who thinks he was part of Trump's administration.
Well, his daughter wouldn't let him. He didn't. The guy didn't want him to do
his niece.
His niece. Okay,
Yeah.
Dave, but yes, right.
He's got a Trump aspect to him.
That is
and he's
right.
talking about the dark state. And
By the way, the rest of the mob on Staten Island reported it was reported that they're not upset that kid killed Frankie Cali. They're not upset about.
Well,
that.
nothing. There have been no ramifications to the defendant's family, which thank God, because I know the defendant's family and they're lovely, lovely people.
Hey, listen, Arthur. Jill's giving us the signal.
I'm going to court
You're a
to
busy guy.
do a bail hearing on Harvey Weinstein.
Harvey Weinstein. He's going to have a back surgery soon, right?
He's going to have a back. Very good. Look at Bernie.
Well, people thought he was acting the other day.
No, he wasn't. He flipped his SUV in August, avoiding a deer upstate New York.
Did he slip on some KY jelly on the floor or something like that?
I'm going to take the fifth to that one. But,
Okay.
if I don't see you guys, Sid, happy Hanukkah, and let's make sure everything works out well with the family and
You're gonna
see me.
You're going to see me. Don't
stuff.
worry.
And
Yeah.
Jill put a lot of Christmas under the tree, put a lot of presents under the tree for the kiddies, and Bernie, don't go change. What can I tell you?
My man,
just keep working, saving all your money. You'll be able to take care of a lot of people. Give to charity. Do what you always do.
All the love to you. We feel your love, and right back at you, Arthur.
Love you guys.
Thank you, man. Merry Christmas on the Bernie and Sid Show. We're coming right back.